What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. Check it. So, I've been ignoring price action because I need to get my head back on straight, right? I need to figure out what my strategy is, what my entries are, why I'm getting into it. And I put a thing in the community post that I was looking at some ICT stuff just to kind of get into like pure smart money price action stuff. Okay. So I figured I'd create a back testing since I've been staring at it like constantly. And I'm not, all the way through all the vids. There's a lot of them, it's like 41. But um what he's I like what he's showing. And I've been, following a number of different YouTubers and their different strategies. And this one is the one that comes the closest to explaining what Price is telling me. Now, it's not going to be an overnight thing, and I'm standing up for a change. It's not going to be an overnight thing figuring out or learning, all of this, but why not, get started? If this means I put a pause on my trading so that I understand what I'm actually doing, that's fine. The account's still there. I will come back to it. Once I get a good grasp of what's been bothering me, then I will jump back in. But, I feel like I keep learning something new and it's telling me that I need to there's just still too big of a gap, you know? There's still too big of a gap. So let's try and go back to basics. Let's simplify, figure out targets, and go with the flow. All right, so my screen is here, so I'll just be doing this. It's gonna look weird. Don't judge me. All right. Coming in tiny. All right. So we'll see if we can follow this process. And this doesn't throw everything I've learned out the window. I think it's going to help me figure out the best way to get over my entries issue, because I have that entry issue. Like I might have a good setup, but then I don't pull the trigger. That that is a problem. And I think the majority of the reason why I don't do it is because I just don't trust it. And I need something that I'm gonna get behind so I can trust it. So let's get on with it. All right, so got Bitcoin on the weekly, and so what I want to do is, I mean, the candle for Bitcoin right now is like super tiny. It's like the weekly candle is trying to form a green candle. It's not very big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the replay button and I'm on the weekly so I can get a feel for what that week's, bias is, right? So if you're trading, yeah. So I'm gonna like that. Now I'm not going to try to predict anything. All right, so this is the week starting Monday the 7th. All right, so I'm going to go down to the daily, and it's a red week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the start of the week. So that's Friday. Okay, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, let's go back to here, to the beginning of the week. So that's Sunday. So we have a red candle on Sunday. A new week is starting. Okay. So, um, got a red candle on Sunday, so, maybe things are turning around. They've come up, eaten most of that imbalance. All right, so let's go down to, say, the 1 hour. All right. So we should be at the last candle or maybe last-ish candle on Sunday. And, all right, so I'm gonna let this play out until we get to the 7th, propo. Okay. So we are in on the 7th, and I'm going to focus primarily on the time frames between 8 a.m. and like 10 a.m. just to see if what I'm looking for forms. Let me right now, and I've got the session starts and ends 8 to what's that, 6? Yeah. All right, so let's see. We're on the 1 hour, and the day what I want to get a feel for is the day's highs and lows. So I'm gonna let price do something. Okay, let's see. Half the problem is gonna be liquidity, right? I'm looking for liquidity runs, all that good stuff. Okay, so and I should probably find like so I'm gonna look for a point, and on the daily, we're going down. So I'm looking for a point where for this day, there's like sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity that they're gonna come up and eat, stop hunt wise, right? It's like a stop raid or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm looking for a reason to continue going down, right? So, let's see here. So, yeah, it's the middle of the night. I wouldn't be awake, so I'm gonna be fair to myself. 5, 9, 8. My bad. Got over too far. Okay. All right, so it's about 7 a.m. and I don't know if this is gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is, so what are my potential targets? So I'm looking for areas where they can, you know, as usual, market structure. I'm gonna take these lines off because it's kind of annoying for the moment. All right. So if the bias is for the week is a down, if we go back to the week really quickly, the bias for the week is red and it's forming, right? Then let's come down to like say the 15-minute and see if we can't find what we're looking for in this general vicinity. All right, so first things first, what can we see in this general space? Let me see, make that bigger. And so what have we seen? We've seen a scenario where nice red candle is broken down, come back in to the general vicinity where this candle that they broke and then continued falling, and then it did a break. Well, technically this one right here, that broke through it. They came back up to it and then came back down again. So for simplicity's sake, and I'm looking for liquidity runs, right? There's this imbalance for them to tap into. They've come a little bit in, but we seem to be coiling back up. So let me just mark this puppy up, and we're looking for shorts. All right, so wait for price to pop back up into the space. All right, so what we have here is like, stop loss area. Do we decide to go back up? Is that a no? Let's see. Trading sideways for the moment. Okay. All right. So now we've popped in here and we've eaten this liquidity. So let's go down into like the 2-minute. Okay, perfect. So let's see what we see on the 2-minute. So what I'm looking for is this, right? If they can break this low here with gusto and then trade back up and then leave some sort of imbalance in this general space, then I am in it to win it. So let's see. If they don't, then it's going to continue on up. Okay. So if it's continuing on up, what are our potentials? Well, I mean, I'm going to be cheap and go right there and right there as areas. Would that be worth it? So now they could just keep going. And I guess I should have also, since I should have been thinking about along, right, from this perspective, because it was already going up, but it's a red day, right? But still working on that trend bias business, right? But they came down, they broke above, and they came back down into it, and then they're going back up. Now, a super safe person would say, at least to me, that maybe they'll come back down and trade back up. Or maybe they'll just go all the way up. Let's see. All right, so they came back into it. So let's say I go long because no lower lows for me to play with, right? Let's go long. What's that? And we'll just put this right along here. Let me move this imbalance all the way. They've already eaten it. Okay, so let's say I'm in right here because they've come back into this area of interest. They might eat a little bit more. I'm gonna put it below here. What's that? I wanted 2.81 approximately. If I go for that, anything else juicy? There's also, oops, there's also this imbalance up here. So maybe let's set that as our target. Same scenario. I'm just gonna let it tap that. Let's see if we're right. And press play. Okay, hold on, pause. So now that it's broken it, like it just broke it. Now this one is invalidated, and that's half my problem. I just got stopped out. I don't wait, right? I don't wait for it to be invalidated. They haven't made a higher high up here either. So let's see. Did they leave? Yeah, they did. So now I'd be looking for them to come into this tiny little imbalance right here to take a short from approximately up there. And then now I have more run room down here. And let's go with 15 minutes. See what our potential targets are. Now, the other thing we can do while we're in here is specify the day's highs. So I'm gonna use the Gann box. Okay, so we started where? Okay. So technically the highs and lows for the day. Just to give me like trend, whether it's expensive or, cheap to buy. So definitely, I probably should have put that up first because I'm still not good enough yet. So let's go back down to the 2 minute. And we've broken this quite adroitly. And potentially, this is the candle we should really enter on. So potentially, like the close of that candle, something like that. Let's see if they trade up to it. Yup, look at that. Spot on to the thing of that. Beautiful. All right. So now I'm in. Let's see how this one plays out. Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. That was good. All right. So we've got, let me put my juicy X on that guy. Didn't. And I should make some notes, right? This one was better. I should make some notes, because patience. I didn't wait for a proper break to occur. So let's take a quick look at what happened here, right? So we traded up into this area. We pretty much drank up all this liquidity. Boom, boom, boom. They ate all of that. I honestly thought they might come up here, but they chose not to. That's fine. And then once they started stalling here, it's a lower high. And they came up here and they couldn't break past this. So I should have waited to see if they were going to be willing to break up here before I took this long. All right. So then what was my thought, right? Like once they broke, let's move this out of the way. Okay. So once they broke this low for me, this candle here became the most likely the close of this candle became the most likely area for me to put in like a stop limit order. And look what they did. They like tapped it like, whoa. You know, I wasn't even sure. My normal would be to try and catch this imbalance up here, which they didn't take. But if what this dude is saying is true, then trying to catch it on, the potential to catch it on this candle is pretty boss. You know? Could take an entry from any of these, really. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So that one's done. Because I wanted to make sure and trade into the breach. Now we're looking for a reason for it to turn around and go back up. So let's let that play out. Man, you know, could have been riding it all the way to the end of this thing. Let's see. 4.46. Let's see. Looks like it's all right. So, fun fact, let's keep our original, which is somewhere around here. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're looking for is buy sell side liquidity, right? So, stop hunts. So, there's a stop hunt. They've closed below it. All right, it closed below it. And now potentially we could look for something. So now I'm going to wait for the same scenario, right? I need it to present me with a break that would tell me that they're going to go back up. Okay, so let's let, price do a thing. Okay, so we haven't broken below here for me to feel like they're continuing down. So, but we haven't um, done a similar. So in this situation, I was waiting for a break here. Let me just put that there, right? And then in this situation, I'm waiting for either a break this way or this way. Still, there's a potential that we could consider this low a break and like this intra low a break. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. In which case, then them coming back into this again, same thing I did here, right? I didn't wait for a proper break. Retest. So I'm looking for a reason to go back up. Now, this candle makes me feel relatively good about it. Let's zoom in on this puppy right here. All right, so this swing low has been broken. There's the imbalance, they've beaten it. So we're going to continue on down. Then I'm going to wait because I'm waiting for the opportunity to go in the opposite direction. And so far, we've got this guy trailing up. I need a break. All right, so this was actually pretty spot on. Now, we think about this one. Hold on. So this candle was the break I was using. This candle broke it. Technically, somewhere in the middle of this, as long as it's within this imbalance, could have taken some sort of entry, right? So, okay. Technically, um, once it came and retapped it, could have entered here. But I didn't though, so we'll have to figure out another option. Now, this has been broken quite beautifully and with an imbalance, so there's potential for it to come back in here. And this time, the close of this candle, I think, would be like the entry, the red one. So let's do this. And I'm gonna do that. And let's see if we bother to, and in terms of so 15. So we are at the days, we've busted out. Oh, okay, man. Tell me everything that happened. So probably should do this ahead of time. So that's a level we'd be aiming for from that one. And then this imbalance down here. And I'll tap this imbalance down here since it's down there. Okay, so let's go back to our 2 minute. Sorry about that. Little sneak peek. All right, so let's see. Did we miss it? Because I'm waiting for a potential retrace. Yeah. Yeah. So looks like we missed it. All right, so potentially, what would have been the right entry? So from this break, we should have taken an entry from here, from this imbalance that they came to eat. So if we taken something from the middle of that, set it up there, and because we've already gotten the break that we need right here on the 2 minute, and then we could write it down to this next level here. And as we see that, we know that works, right? And had that. Now, the fun part about this that I like is I like to put it into the calculator. So let's dip over to there. So the entry there, and then profits there, the exit that we're thinking about, and then the stop loss. Because with this entry, the stop loss can be a lot more comfortable. So that would have been a 6.6%, 0.67 estimated. Risk to reward 7.32. Does that jive? With what this? Hey, yeah, it does. It does jive with a tiny stop loss. Okay. All right. So I like that. I like that. I like that concept. I think it's simpler. It makes sense. You know, sure it's not going to work every single time. Well, hey, hold on. So this is ETH, right? So I had this stop hunt area up here that I was waiting for it to be, I'm waiting for it to be breached for a similar situation, for a similar scenario. And prices come into our imbalance. So let's see if it does it. Anyway, back to our testing. All right, so let's head back out. Let's see. All right, so we've tapped the first area of interest. Yay, it's probably big green candle is probably going to continue on down. All right, green candle. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go up to the 15 again. All right. So this candle's still forming on the 2 minute for us, right? Cool. All right. So we've busted out of the daily range. So the range has expanded for us now. And we're still on the 8th. So we've expanded the range. I'll delete that. Because I just want to know where we are for the day. That's it. I don't care about anything else, just for the day. All right. So big red candle. I'm expecting it to continue on down, right? So got this imbalance right here that I wanted to like point out the top of, just to be aware of it as a target for continuation. And then we have this kind of area right here where price hung out, so general target. All right, so let's go back down to the 2 minute. Do we get an opportunity to rinse and repeat this scenario? Okay, so we have a strong green candle coming back up, eating a little bit of that. All right, got this imbalance right here. So a couple of things could happen. They can come up, eat this, continue on down, fuel up. All right. All right, we're wicking on that one. So I'm looking for a similar scenario. All right. So I need a break. We're consolidating, like we're building up orders. So I need a break below this and then a quick retrace back up to it. But the great break has to have an imbalance attached to it for it to make sense. Okay, so we're still consolidating. Okay. Okay, so we just broke it. It's not perfect, but let's just mark it out. There's an imbalance attached to it. So if I'm doing this right, then I will take, coming back into it, I'll take a short from here, up here, and let's see if we can, what's that? A 1 to 5. Let's see if we can write down to this next level. Of course, I could be all kinds of wrong, but okay, so we're in now. Let's press play. All right, stopped out. That's the problem with it's not that I'm potentially wrong. The problem is, I guess we're still in the day. See, the days range. I'm betting that it's going to break down, but it just reversed very clearly from the days range. So let me add like my X marks the fail on that one. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so in that one, so there's a break right here that we could potentially be coming back up into, right? So let's pop that in there. All right. That's being a bit cheap. This guy is also a break, but in the opposite direction, right? What we're looking for. So if it's going to say scroll back down, and we have this imbalance down here for it to play with. So the candle that it broke for me to feel like, was this one right here. So I'm looking for a potential entry at the I don't know, the open of this, but there's the imbalance. So I'm gonna look for something. I don't know if I'll even get it for about there. It's gonna coil back down. Might not. Whoops, wrong one. The top of that imbalance. And then ride it back up to the halfway point. And drop it below that. Okay. Liquidity. It's all about the liquidity. Okay. Let's see. Does it bother to come back down? It does a little mini pause. Okay. All right, so we're coiling. So we've missed that trade. All right, that's fine. That didn't happen. Now we're waiting. All right, so we have two options, right? So we have this liquidity that they've just come into, and then there's this one up here. So if they come up to this guy, tap it, and then reverse, then I'll take a short. Let's see if that works. Really? You just okay. The other option was for it to take it from here. So hold on. So they've tapped into this spot and they've broken this low right here, and they've left an imbalance. So survey says I would like an entry. It broke this candle right here. So let me go for an entry about there, and although technically we're in the discount zone, so we should be looking for buys. So I'm probably being stupid when I do this. But you live, you learn, you get loves. Aim for this imbalance down here. Does it go back up for me to get that entry? It does. Okay. And does it... Okay. Oh, snap. Yes. Well, I should have been aiming for the top of that imbalance anyway. But all right. All right. Okay. All right. It's systematic. It's simple. And I mean it's looking good. Okay, so far we've gotten, and again, this is the part where I need to have patience, right? Okay. So far we have, did I take that? Yes, okay. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments down below if I said a yes or a no to this one. So yes, let's say yes to that one. So that's a fail, fail, yes, 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 fail. So that's what? 3-2? Yay! All right. I'll take those odds. Okay. So they came into this break, made their thoughts known, and then kept it moving. Now, they've come back down into uh, this break area here with, they broke this candle. So technically I'm looking at this candle as my order block based on what I'm learning, right? So let me do this, delineate all this stuff in balance, and I just, okay, so order block. So if they're going back up, because we just turned around, right? They're going back up, and one of two things will happen. If we're continuing down, then I need to see another break, and then I'll get into an entry with an imbalance, not without, with. Okay, so strong green candle. And then if it's going the opposite direction, flip that on its head. All right, so, okay. All right. Now, the other thing that I'm just realizing is I just broke this too. So that's my other option too, right? In which case, broke this candle. And the way I was originally taught, and honestly, I don't care about the order block. I just care about the imbalance right here. So let's see if they tap it and then decide to come back down. All right, so let's see. So that's a big no. So we're continuing on up on that guy. All right. So, hmm, you know what? Remember how I said this break right here? I should have, and I just drew out the order block. I just realized it came back down into the space for the long. Didn't even notice. What? It came back down. So we had this break. It came back down into the area. It ate a little bit of an imbalance. Look at that. Look at how spot on that was. Man. So, by the whole principle of this exact type of play, once it came back down into this area, tapped it, I could have had a limit order here with a stop loss, like underneath this space or something like that. Underneath this breaks, like small. And now I can start aiming for things. Aiming for the zero point 0.5 space. There's an imbalance here. Beautiful. And then, you know, there's juicy imbalances up here. If we're busting through this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's say we're aiming for all of this because, oh my God, I can't believe I missed it. But that's what we're waiting for, right? Wow. Okay, 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 okay. I've just been getting so used to it happening quickly, but then this one took time, came back into it, and then dipped back up. All right, so what are we looking for? All right. So we'd come in here, top of the imbalance, gotten in, stop loss down there, aiming for, not gonna be greedy. I'm gonna aim for the bottom of that imbalance, right? So let's see. Let's see. Do we get turned around at the 50? So we're at this imbalance, eating that. And we've just eaten this liquidity right here. So this is a liquidity run, eating that. He ate that. All right. Do we want to continue up, or are you showing me? Now, if it gives me, because I was thinking maybe, this is a 1 to 4. If I was being really conservative, aim for, whoops, like that. Then aim for, the top of that imbalance. That's a 1 to 2. Some more of the imbalance because I want to write it into the premium zone, right? So let's see what happens. Let's stick the way. Now, is it going to give us another potential for another entry, right? So we're in 1 right now. That's nice, beautiful. Probably moved our stop loss up under here or something. Let's wait for it to break though before we do that. And let's see if we get some kind of like break, retest, continuation. So, all right, what are we looking for? So this is an internal swing. Let's wait for it to break like that guy. All right, so now we have, we're coming up on this internal break. Just broke it, imbalance down here. So what if I can open up another position right about here to continue on up? And let's drop it below this thing. Let's see. Similar situation. Let's see if I can do that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, would be great. So let's see, does it come back down? Okay, so it came and tapped. Let's see. All right. Ooh, we're in now. All right, let's see. Press play. Oh, oh my God. What? Oh, that is mean. Oh, guess what, y'all? We missed this break up here we'd marked out, right? We gotta remember we've got all these places we need to be playing with, right? Because that one worked like gangbusters, didn't it? So that means, okay, all right, all right, all right. I need to work on my targeting. Definitely need to work on my targeting. As a newbie, I guess I should be looking at 1 to 2, 1 to 3, whatever. So what was this one? So having forgotten this break right here, I should have, since it broke this red candle right here, this is the guy I care about the most. Let's see. So then I should have been waiting or expecting some sort of reaction. Is that the right one? Let's see. Expecting some sort of reaction. Well, that's the retrace. This one. Sorry about that. Wrong candle. Haha. I'm expecting some sort of reaction from this candle. Oh yeah, look at that. Now this green candle is the order block technically, and it did tap it. But look. So technically, write it up to the halfway point, hit that imbalance, enjoy that 1 to 2.74. Beautiful. This guy actually didn't do too bad, but that's a 1 to 9. Well, I mean, heck yeah. I mean, you're watching it. It turns around, red, get out. So definitely, I don't know if I want to. Definitely, I wouldn't have taken this loss on this guy. That would be stupid, right? Like the moment it starts turning, I would have exited out. Like, who's crazy? Boom. Um, as for this one, you know, honestly, like if it couldn't break above this area right here, then I would have, once I saw this, I would have just exited because so tiny win on that one. But look at it. It broke into the area, ate the liquidity above that guy. Beautiful. Ate all of this. He ate it. Well, that ate all that. You know what I mean? Just going for stops, just eating it all up. And then it reversed and see, did I get my break? Smooth these out the way it's bothering me. My little check mark, move that there. Okay. So rolled up Do we consider this the low it needed to have broken? I think we do. Or this one. Actually, this one. That's the swing low inside of this thing. So we're waiting on this low to be broken. Nice. And then the imbalance is where we wanted the entry, right? It's so close. You know, uh, if we take the entry at the close of this candle for that short, would have been about there. Put our stop loss above that guy. Don't even have to think about it. And then, because guess what? We're in the premium area. I'm not crazy, I promise. I promise. Promise. And we're still on the 7th, okay? I'm gonna drag this over so we're clear as to where the heck we are. Like that a lot. Cool. Cause then you could aim for the imbalances down here. That's a 1 to 5 from the premium to the discount. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I like this. It incorporates stuff that I already know, but it shifts my understanding around and makes the entries easier to work with. Wow. Okay. 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 Hmm. Because the main bias was down, right? Like, you know, well, that's the rule. Like, once it's in the premium area, sell. I lost because I was in the premium area trying to buy long what sell from the premium. Look at all this. I tried to sell from this discount area and got burned. Buy long from the area. Okay, all right. And then every time, well, I mean, this is on a retrace, which is fine. Boom, long, small profits. But once we hit the premium zone, stop. Stop and reevaluate and see if you get it, you know? And then this thing turned around and then just ran away. But wait, hold on. Let's see. How much time we've got? Oh, 42 minutes. Okay. All right. So let's see. We've come down and on the 2 minute, the internal structure that it broke. I mean, I guess it's all the way up here, technically, right? Hmm. Is it though? Let's see. So I'm finding that like the internal structure inside of this thing that it needs to break is what we need to focus on. That's how this one made sense. Like it broke the internal low with that candle, then scooped back up into it. We didn't get that scenario here. What we have instead is the order block. And by the way, we're still busting through back into this little area right here. Now, I don't know that I trust the order block, right? So let's see. We're coming into the discount zone. So let's see if we get opportunities to take another long. Okay. And I mean, in terms of this equal lows area is a good target, technically, because it stopped there. Boom. Then, this area down here is a good target. Are we going down? Yep. And you could even target the whole bottom because prices come all the way down there. Do they bother? Looks like they're going to. Or they're going to come real close. Yeah. Okay. So now, this is a very serious reversal looking. We're in the discount zone. Let's take a long. Let's take a long. All right. So that would have been a good one too. I am going to be practicing the hell out of this over the next week. Yeah, so let's take a long, right? Let's see. Now, we need some internal structure for it to break, right? Now, the insanity of this moment is this, right? Like there's this candle, that one broke it. There's an imbalance down here for it to be eaten. Can I take the long from here, stop loss down here, and then write it back up to this, the halfway point, the imbalance? Let's see. Now, we haven't been able to get above this thing yet, so, and there's still stop loss to be hunted down here. So let's see. We haven't gotten like our entry. So it came down. And I want something to break above this thing, a retrace down into it, and then a continuation up in this scenario. Eating the liquidity here, here, here. I don't know if they want to eat this one down here. We'll see. Okay, do you come back down? All right. Okay. All right. So we're trading back down into this area. All right. Give me a green candle and I am in like Flynn. Okay. That's why we wait. Because we're already, okay. Are we into a new day? No, we're still on 8th. Perfect. This is just 1 day's worth of potential trades. Holy wow. Okay. All right. So now we have technically it breaks about here, but the internal candle that started the break is yeah, the internal level for a break, I think it's about here actually, right? The internal break. So the candle, this guy. So the candle that I care about in this case for potential entry is this guy. Given the strength of this, I don't know if it's going to reverse. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the probability. Oh, maybe. Okay, so that means I'm going to look for an entry at the potentially the close of this candle. So I'm looking for a short about here. Take that off. We didn't get what we're looking for that. And we have this potential area as a target from before. We're going to break out of this thing. Now, let's see. Do we get back up there? Coiling or coiling? Now, the question is, do I see something like an internal, and maybe I'm wrong, and this is the candle I should be focused on, right? Instead of this one. Because this is from this leg, right? And then this candle started the leg up. So maybe that's the candle I should care about. Let's see. Let's do this. Going back down. And there's also the potential for me to drop, say, the Fibby on here to that low right there. And then what would my entry be? Actually, no, it would be to this low since we've come all the way down that way. And I usually like my entry to be somewhere in the middle of this guy. Whether or not we get up there is another thing. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so then that, I don't know if I care too much about using the fib in this scenario. All right, so now we have another break internal with a juicy imbalance. So potential secondary entry. And maybe we should have been aiming for the close of the candle. Is that what he meant? Yeah, the close of the, look how spot on that is. Like, the close is up here, but this is the open. Because then the other entry could be up here. So what if we did both, right? We have that one going, and then we have another limit order potentially for here. Similar scenario, going down. Now we have an equal area, price will get pulled down there. Okay, potentially. And let's see, do we go back up? So that's a no. All right, so when it's such a large thing, maybe take the bottom and continue on down, right? So we're gonna go for this one. Yeah, the targets that we've already marked. And I guess, one trader told me that it's not a good idea to plan for the exact thing. Let's see. Yeah, yes, you can. Haha. All right. All right. All right. All right. I dig it. So the first option didn't work in this case. It could have if they wanted to bring it back up. They chose not to. I guess because of the strength of the candle that broke it. They want to go all the way back up to it. Okay. All right. Man, that's fascinating. I dig that. So in this case, we were looking for this to break, a retest, and then a continuation back down. And then to put it into keep doing that. Sorry about that. And then to put it into this context, this, retest back up. We broke down. We waited for the confirmation of this break to occur here and just enter and write it down. Look at that. Break, retest. Break. I bet it's coming up for a retest. Hold on. Did I get it? No, 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 no. Still going down. Okay. Anyway, so in terms of like general targets, looks like, oh, beautiful imbalances all the way down here. We just gotta mark those out, right? Would the imbalance zones have helped with that? Let's see. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. All right. So I use that for like the higher time frame, that the target stuff, but okay. All right. Sorry, that's ugly, but um and then now we're slowly coming in. What time is it? Like 10? I would be asleep by now. Dang. That's pretty boss. All right, let's see what Ethereum's doing. All right, so today's range, this is the highest it's been today. I'm waiting on a stop hunt up here. 12. And this is the lowest it's been today for Ethereum. So this is the range we're trading in between. And what do we have up here? So we have this thing, this mid-level break right here that we're potentially internal swing. I mean, the bigger breaks down here, really. Let's just do that for potential analysis. And then the internal candle that we care about. Let's go to the 2-minute. And I'm going to put the replay button on so I can just see it on the 2 minutes. This is me prepping for my live trade here, as I've been waiting all day. Okay, so the internal break is actually here. It was hanging out and then it broke below this thing. So there's that candle. We've got a bunch of imbalance down here to play with. So this is the actual break and this one of these candles. So I'm not gonna bother with any of that. I'm gonna wait for it to come into the imbalance and let's get that back. And let's come into the imbalance. So I need to see a few things. What do we got? Liquidity run, eating all of that. So now if we're going, so we've come up looking for something, we're going to continue down. then come up, what's the internal break that I want to look for? It has to come with an imbalance. So maybe I'm waiting for a break of this area right here or this with an imbalance, and then I'll take something. It might have actually already happened, right? It came up, it broke this low, imbalance, and then now it's potentially coming down. Um, what would this trade look like actually? Take a short from about there, plop that above that, and we can aim for somewhere down there. So let's see. Let's see any internal swings. This consolidation's kind of rude, you know? I don't like it. Oh, this is my, well, if I'm testing it out, I should be able to enter from anywhere right here. Let's do this. And let's sell short here. And let's set our stop loss. I'm testing it out, not using real money for this because I'm still testing this process out, but I do want to see. Okay, 1279.08. Unlock 1279.08. Why is that not typing? 2, okay, 79.08. And the stop loss, oh, I was typing in the wrong place. And then the stop loss, we've got the 2 minutes. So got these guys down here. And we're in the premium zone. So maybe we can write it down to the 0.5 at minimum. That is 1260.72. 1260.72. So 3% on that one. 5% return. Let's see. So we're doing the stop hunting business then. Let's aim a little lower. Let's go to this imbalance. 1255. 1255.71. Okay. It's 73, 7%. That's better. Confirm. Oh, wrong way. Haha. That 1279, 1208, and then this should be the other way around. On that. Okay. Okay. So I'll do that on the demo account for the moment. What I'm thinking though is it's just broken this thing, and we've got that break, and this is so long. I'm sorry. 58 minutes. All right, we'll break it up. I know. So this is the candle it broke. That if I go to my real account, then I would like my entry to be at this as the top of that thing. Right there. With the stop loss here. And same scenario. So let's set that up. So that would be, let's open that up. Let's go to my BitGet and let's go to my real account for ETH. And am I being a little crazy? Yeah, probably. So what do I want? I want 1275.38. Let's go post order. That is Stop loss 1279.68. And the take profit is, sorry about that, 1255.67. Wait, what? 1273? Is that what I wanted? No. 1275.38. Oh, what? Oh. That's not the order I wanted, but it's the order I have. It's I'll just cancel that order. So I'm live in. We'll see how it plays. All right, guys. I think that's it for now. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. And no, I shouldn't be doing this. It's so bad. But you gotta try, right? You know, the issue I have with entering is the problem, right? I need to work that out. All right, guys. Happy hunting. Trade safely. Like and subscribe. And Shakira out.